Hi guys, this is Ratchet Throw and we are playing Criminal Case Elite Mode. We are in Conspiracy and I don't think I have done any Elite Mode on Conspiracy, and one of you guys has been commenting me on all my videos that I should do Case 14 in Conspiracy, and I'm going to do it. And well, it's a good thing that I'm gonna do this case because my previous Elite Mode recent that I did was season 1 in Greensboro, and it involved the gangs of the Greensboro. And now in this case right here, we get to see what happens 5 or 4 years after the events of the season 1. What happened to the gangs? So I'm gonna do case 14, and I will try to forget who's the killer. And oh, I didn't even waste the stars. Well, if you heard something, that was my phone. Here we go. Hey Katarina, sorry I haven't finished my coffee yet. Between Zoe in the hospital and Tony Barconi popping up, I hardly slept in days. I like your cup, number 1 cup. At least Zoe's doing better. She still doesn't remember me or what happened to her, but she's starting to sound like her old self again. I'm still convinced Marconi had something to do with her disappearance. There must be a reason why he's the only person she remembers. We knew he had some mysterious business in the Greens, and learning that it's a security company only makes him more suspicious, if you ask me. Now, Jones, you've been under a lot of stress. Are you sure you're not projecting all this towards an obsessive suspicion of Marconi? I'm positive. So we got nothing on him, and he looks completely clean. But I know Marconi. Something's definitely off. Katrina, the Greens precinct just called. Someone's been murdered in Bronson Lane. A murder? Well, throwing someone behind bars is just what I feel like doing right now. Katrina, we better get down to Bronson Lane. I'll drive. Alright, you drive. Hello there, and a Viper. I know who he is, but I forgot his name. Hiding behind it. Ugh, that's one gruesome murder, Katrina. No wonder everybody's fled the scene. At least we can work in peace. Wait, that's Ash Bisson, the former leader of the Viper Street Gang. I hardly recognized him. Yeah, that's him. Remember those days, Katrina, where the gangs ran the industrial center? But that was years ago. We've not heard a peep from Ash since. Ah, detectives. I'm Officer Cooper from the Greens precinct. Hey there. Officer Cooper, I'm Detective Jones, and this is Lady Inspector Katrina. Were you the one who reported the murder? Affirmative. I proceeded to the scene and sealed it off immediately. Nice work, Officer Cooper. We'll speak with you shortly. Meanwhile, what have we found, Katrina? It looks like Ash dropped something. Let's piece that broken glass together and see what it is. And you think we should search for that advertising material? Good thinking, it might help us get a better feel for the area. Or something is hidden between them. We got our work cut out for us, Katarina. Ash Bishop returns, this time a victim of murder. I hope this isn't the start of another gang war. We'll see. Let's restore this broken glass first. Heh, skulls. There's something very familiar about the logo on that beer bottle Ash dropped, Katarina. Skull's Microbrewery. We both know very well who they are. Oh, you're right, we're standing in front of the place. I get lost in a paper bag, Katarina. If the victim ordered a drink from the microbrewery, we should definitely look around inside. Alright, let's look through the flyers. Oh, a razor and with blood. The last thing I expected to find that flyer stand was a bloodstained razor, Katarina. I'd bet a boss's salary is the murder weapon. Let's get this razor to Rupert on the double. Oh, Rupert is here. Right, he's not dead yet. Damn it, why is it so slow? Alright, let's go talk to the officer. Alright, Inspector Katrina, here's my report. The victim's name is Ash Bison, a nasty character who caused a lot of trouble when he ran the Viper's gang. We're familiar with Mr. Business's record, Officer Cooper. Is there anything you could tell us about the murder? Not much. I rushed to the scene as soon as I heard screaming. But when I arrived, everyone had dispersed. The killer must have sliced the victim and slipped away without a trace. Ugh, this neighborhood isn't what it used to be, Lisbeth Katrina. Life was stopped back when it was the industrial center, but at least it made sense. But then those so-called hipster people moved in, and it's like the whole world's been turned upside down. Keeping the streets safe from hoodlums, I understand. But farmers' markets, quinoa, and barbershops are all a mystery to me. We appreciate you keeping an eye out, Officer Cooper. Keep in touch if there is anything else you can think of. Okay. Alright, let's investigate the microbrewery. This is a nice place, Katrina. I'd love a cold drink, but the beers here are strange. Does this say mango and hibiscus lager? You're right, we have work to do. Like this framed photograph of the victim you found. Apparently he was a regular customer. Let's try to search for his friend here. Maybe he could tell us something about the victim. And that panda with 2 snakes on it. You think that was the victim's? Ash was the leader of the Vipers after all. Let's dust that engraving and find out. Okay. Alright, let's dust this. Ash and Joy forever. Oh. The engraving on the back of that pendant says Ash and Joy forever. So this did belong to our victim. But who's this Joy? I got it, Katrina. Ash's friendly profile says he's in a relationship with that Joy Schneider. I never have pegged Ash as a relationship type. Nevertheless, we had better go talk to Joy Schneider. Okay. Alright, let's see who is this guy, though we know already who he is. It's Troy, leader of the Skulls. I can't believe what I'm seeing, Katrina. The guy in this photo is Troy Cassidy. Oh, please load the background. What's wrong with the internet now? I'm not connected to the cable. I'm again connected to the Wi-Fi. The cable only works for a few hours and then it just goes off and I have to connect to the Wi-Fi. You remember Troy, don't you? He was the leader of the Skulls gang. That's why that beer logo was familiar. I told ya. The Vipers and the Skulls used to be a menace, and Ash Bissell and Troy Cassidy were bitter enemies. Jones, you're forgetting that Ash wasn't. That he wasn't a leader for very long. Before him, he was Salvador. But according to the database, Troy's now running a microbrewery, and he and Ash were friends. What's going on, Katrina? Well, let's ask him ourselves. The only one who can answer these questions is Troy Cassidy. Let's get back to the microbrewery. Okay. Alright, let's first go to Joy. Excuse us, Miss Schneider. Lisbeth, Katrina and I are from the Greensboro Police Department. We need to speak to you about your partner, Ash. Oh dear, is he in some sort of trouble, detectives? I'm afraid we have bad news. Ash has been murdered. Murdered? Ash is dead? By God, how did this happen? Would hoped you could help us with that. We found his pendant at the Skulls microbrewery, not far from where he was killed. Were you with him today by any chance? No, I kissed Ash goodbye at breakfast this morning. I can't believe that was the last time I'll ever see him. You have our condolences, Miss Schneider. We're sorry for your loss. How will I go out without my darling Ash? Well, saddest part of the job. Now let's go to the good part of the job. Well, if it is at least better, Katrina. How long has it been? I'll pour you up on a grenade palette alley on the house. No, I don't drink on the job. We're on duty, Cassidy. We'd like to ask you about the murder that took place out front. What? Murder? Is that what all the commotion was about? So this is all news to you? Ash Bissell, your biggest rival is murdered on your doorstep, but you know nothing about it? Ash was the one who was killed? Oh man, he just ordered a drink half an hour ago. You'll probably find this hard to believe, Lisbeth, Katrina, but Ash and I had moved on from our criminal past. Strangely enough, we actually became good friends. So you expect us to believe that you turned over a new leaf? Yes, quite literally. I settled down and learned how to brew beer. I invented a new strain of green tea infused yeast. Are you sure you won't have a drink? No, we're on duty. Another time, Cassidy. Just be sure to stay close. We got our eyes on you. Yeah. What happened to Ash? Katarina, there's an English expression, spill your guts, non? Your victim seems to have taken it literally. Well, yes, there is. Please, Martina, I just ate. Sorry, Jones. I forgot about your weak stomach. In any case, you could have wasted no time getting the job done. The fatal incision is precise and deep, severing a number of vital arteries. The victim would have died in minutes. That's great, Katerina. If Ash's gear was gone in a flash, how would we possibly find them? Well, the cure was swift but sloppy. I found a splash of brown liquid on the victim's shirt near the wound, a combination of caffeine and turmeric. Which may sound strange, but they are the main ingredients of a popular beverage in the Greens, turmeric spiced latte. The victim only ingested alcohol before he died, meaning the turmeric spiced latte was spilled by the killer. This clue is grounds for celebration, Katerina. We're looking for a killer who drinks turmeric spiced latte. Yes. Alright, now the razor. A travesty, Katerina, using a magnificent instrument like this to take the life of another. So you determined this razor is a murder weapon, Rupert? Indeed, these blood splatters are a match for the victim. But the implement itself is marvelous, an authentic ginete. I had one of these when I was a lad. Which is fascinating. What does this have to do with our investigation? We're getting to that. While admiring the razor's craftsmanship, Robert noticed a stain on the handle. Upon closer analysis, we determined it's a mixture of diphenhydramine and melatonin. Which is... These are the common ingredients of sleeping medication, the kind prescribed for insomnia. Now, given that this razor belonged to the killer, it's obvious that the killer is an insomniac. You know what they say, Katerina, there's no rest for the wicked. Alright. I don't know what to make of Ash Biss's murder, Katerina. On the one hand, Officer Cooper says the industrial center is a quiet, tranquil neighborhood since it was redeveloped into the Greens. Yet Troy Cassidy, the former Skulls leader, claims he and Ash had turned over a new leaf and were close friends. But here we are with Ash murdered on the doorstep of his old rival. It all seems too coincidental to me, Katerina. Sorry to interrupt, Jones, but you'll want to hear this. Connor has something he'd like to tell you about Ash Bisson. Oh? We'll see about that. We're gonna stop here. We're gonna continue playing in chapter 2. So, thank you for watching. Don't leave a like to this video, and I'll see you again. Goodbye!